Who is Donah? Why the curse of Oak Island honor to him? In the last part of a recent episode of The Curse of Oak Island, the show paid tribute to Donah by writing 1966 to 2021 on the screen. After hearing about the award, many people wondered who Chris was and what he had to do with the show. People who knew Chris personally and remembered him from his time on the show paid tribute to him on social media. Chris was in an episode of The Curse of Oak Island in 2019, but his full-time job was teaching at AA Kingston Middle School in Potsdam, New York. Chris has become interested in finding new things on the island over time, and he also thought that astronomy could help solve some of the island's mysteries. He learned most about the island and its mysteries by reading forums. This was before social media was widely used. Chris first told the show's producers about his ideas about astronomy in 2016. At that time, he was filmed for an episode, but his part of the show never aired. A few years later, he was called and filmed for an episode of Season 6 called Seismic Matters. Complete information about his cause of death or how he died was not made public, but a post on an obituary website said that Donah had died suddenly at his home in the village of Potsdam on September 14, 2021. He left behind his wife, Angela Donah, his sisters, Robin Donah and Patricia, Rick, Clary, his uncle, Don Donah, and his aunt, Kathy Pillar. Many people who knew Chris and whose lives he influenced in numerous ways will miss him. People have been paying tribute to Chris on social media since the latest episode of The Curse of Oak Island showed that he had died. One wrote, "This man lived a beautiful life with everything he was involved in. I love the Oak Island connection to the film. RIP." Someone else said, "It's so nice that they recognized Donah. RIP." One Facebook user who knew Chris wrote, Chris was a knowledgeable and friendly researcher after talking about his experience with him. Chris was a part of one episode of The Curse of Oak Island in 2019. He became interested in the island in 2003, many years before it vanished. Chris spent a lot of time researching the oak, and over time he came up with the idea that the answer to how to open the oak was in the stars. He thinks that astronomy could be used as a map. Donah told the TV show producers about his theory for the first time in 2016. At the time, he went to Oak Island and gave a show for the show's stars. Donah said he had been filmed, but no one ever showed the footage. In August 2018, the show contacted him again and asked him to return. His theory was used in the episode Seismic Matters, which was the 21st episode of Season 6. Where is Oak Island? Oak Island is off Nova Scotia, Canada's south coast. Since the late 1700s, treasure hunters have gone there because they think valuable things are buried there. Some people think it's a pirate treasure, but Donah believes it might be much older. Explorers found a depression in the ground near an oak tree and hung a block and tackle from the tree, according to Donah. When digging, planks and other structures were found about every 10 feet, down to a depth of 90 feet. At that depth, a stone with symbols on it was supposedly found, and when the stone was taken out, the hole was supposedly filled with water. People looking for the treasure have been seeking answers for almost 200 years. The Curse of Oak Island is about the adventures of Rick and Marty Lagina, who own the island and are the most recent treasure hunters.